code red.
Nick.
Nope.
Oh no.
Welcome.
About to show these boys how we do it. You ready? Higher, further, faster, baby.
Yes, babe.
Higher. Further. Faster. Higher. Further. Faster.
Try to keep up.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Captain Marvel main plot and the Captain Marvel post-credits scenes. But before we get in video, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos and turn notifications on so as soon as I upload, you will be notified. So also take it with a pinch of salt, just in case what leaked quite recently turns out to be true. So as you know, when you get to go to see an early screening for anything or you're a test screener, which normally they do multiple months before the release, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. So obviously the person that posted this, it has to be anonymous, otherwise they'd be sued by Disney. But also what is very interesting is Marvel generally don't do test screenings for their movies, but they appear to have done so for Avengers Endgame, according to the directors, and also Captain Marvel. But it was more of a Disney in-house testing with employees, not an actual random testing. So the testing for Captain Marvel movie, based on what people said, they've actually put it in their top 3 best MCU movies ever, if not their favorite one. So we are doing ticket giveaways for the Captain Marvel movie, which does actually come out very soon. What I'm going to do is give away probably 2 IMAX tickets twice to the winners. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram at Warstu, and then send me a message letting me know that you followed me on Instagram. Why Instagram? Why not YouTube? Well, because I've had a bunch of fake people trying to claim the prizes for the person they're not via emailing me. So it just didn't work out. So if I contact you, I know I'm talking directly to the winner. So let's get into this video. But also careful for spoilers, because I don't want it to ruin your experience in the cinema or ruin the movie. But let's be honest, guys, if you've clicked on this video with a title like this, you clearly want to know what is actually going on in the movie. So I'm not going to go over the massive plot leak, all of it, but the most interesting part about this supposed plot leak is Carol's memories are of the future, not of the past. She is just remembering the years of 1993 to 2018 during the events that took place on Earth in the movie. But Warstu, that doesn't sound real. Well, Samuel L. Jackson recently came out and confirmed that Captain Marvel can time travel, and then we get a plot leak that literally says her memories are from 93 to 2018 and they're the memories of the future, not the past. So this does imply that yes, she can actually time travel, but there is no confirmation that the time travel in this movie is the white suit. No one online, no one from Disney, no one from Marvel, no supposed insider has confirmed what the white suits mean. What are they? Yeah, cool. They're releasing a hoodie, which I'm trying to get hold of because it looks pretty awesome, but we don't know what these white suits are. So if you have some quantifiable, some factually speaking evidence of what these white suits are, please contact me, guys, because we've got no idea what these suits are yet. So let's get into the main narrative of the actual video. So there is 2 supposed post-credit scenes, which is very interesting. So it is said that the first post-credit scene, but it's more of a mid-credit scene, will actually set up Avengers Endgame. So you know the scene we had in Avengers Infinity War where Nick Fury was realizing everyone disappearing, so he wanted to get hold of his silver bullet. Obviously it's the silver bullet from the Captain Marvel preview comic. The silver bullet is Brie Larson, aka Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. So we are led to believe that in the post-credit scene, we are going to see Carol Danvers receive the message from Nick Fury, obviously the distress signal, if you like. And then what is supposed to happen is she is going to head back to Earth, and that is when, I say back to Earth because obviously in this movie you find out she's been to Earth. And then what will happen is she will save Tony Stark on her way home, way back to Earth, which is also very interesting because ever since the first trailer dropped, well, the most recent trailer for Avengers Endgame, everyone seems to think that Tony Stark is going to save himself because his arc reactor seems to be active again. That doesn't really confirm that Tony Stark will entirely save himself. But if this is the actual post-credit scene for Avengers Endgame, I personally think it's quite a disappointing post-credit scene because we've already been shown in one of the TV spots from Russia how she gets the pager, she gets it off Fury. We've seen this clip. So if we're just going to be left on a stinger of her receiving the pager message, the distress call from Nick Fury, it's like, yeah, we knew she would get it at some point. But what is interesting and what the most interesting thing about it is she gonna be in the past or is she gonna be in the present day when she actually does receive said message? So I'm actually not really looking forward to post-credit scene for Captain Marvel if this is true, but like I say, can't verify the source 100%. So the second other post-credit scene will apparently tee up the Eternals, the long-rumored movie that is coming out at some point in phase 4. So we've known about the Eternals movie for such a long time. Now it does make a lot of sense to debut the kind of Eternals in the post-credit scene in this movie because the Eternals movie was set hundreds of thousands a year prior to any other movie that happened in the MCU. So it does make sense to kind of debut the Eternals in a post-credit scene for a movie that is essentially set in the 90s. It does make the most sense. Now, obviously, Thanos is related and will be kind of in this movie. We are led to believe. Details are quite skeptical, quite, I guess you could say, bleak because they haven't started filming yet. They haven't really revealed many details except for Thanos' brother's supposed to be in it. Thanos might even make an appearance himself. So it's going to be very interesting. But also, it says in this rumor, is that Avengers Endgame doesn't have a post-credit scene, which, I mean, if enough context happens in this movie, because we found out from me 3 months ago that the movie was going to be 3 hours long, and then recently, the Russo bros have confirmed what I said months ago, that it's going to have to be 3 hours plus long because of the real estate, because wrapping up 22 movies, 10 years of Marvel Cinematic Universe history in 2.5 hours just isn't going to saturate, or it's not going to please the audience to the point where they're considering having an intermission, having a toilet break for 10 to 20 minutes during the movie, which is pretty weird because we've all watched the Lord of the Rings series at the cinema. There was no break for that, so we don't really need a break. I mean, if you can't sit down for 3 hours without needing the toilet, then just wait for it to come out on Blu-ray, I guess. But I guess it's cool for people that have problems with going to the toilet, I guess, when you go to cinema. But me personally, guys, you know, we don't actually move at all because we don't want to miss anything. So that could be cool. Could be cool. No Endgame post-credit scene. I don't really believe this because obviously they've got to tee up phase 4. But we already know Spider-Man Far From Home is the first movie. We know they're starting to shoot the Black Widow project later this month. We know there's a bunch of other projects. So yeah, sure, we don't actually need a post-credit scene because if there is no other Avengers movie in the work, then why would they have to tee up another movie? They can't have a post-credit scene in a movie if there isn't another movie. And I don't believe the Endgame post-credit scene is going to tee up Far From Home because that's going to be set moments after Avengers Endgame anyway, so it wouldn't make any sense. Now, I know we've spoke about a bunch of people like Living Tribunal, The Beyonder, Kronos, and a bunch of people, but if they are actually going to introduce a second villain in this movie, why would they need to tee up someone like Galactus, someone like Doctor Doom in a post-credit scene? It would make no sense because obviously by the time the movie comes out, it's reported that Disney will own Fox, by the end of March. So in theory, yes, they could tee up like the X-Men, they could tee up Reed Richards, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, that kind of stuff. And yeah, interesting enough, they've said recently that Deadpool is going to be R-rated still. And then it's like, are you sure, bro? Are you sure? Because why did you make Once Upon a Deadpool PG-13 then? What's the point? Are they going to have like a family-friendly Deadpool and an R-rated Deadpool? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But yeah, like I said, guys, there's a bunch of stuff that they could do in a post-credit scene, I guess, for Endgame. But I really am disappointed by the supposed Captain Marvel post-credit scene. For me, it just seems a bit like boring, really, because yeah, the Eternal movies sound cool, but there's no hype for it. No one, if you go on Google Trends, absolutely no one is talking about said movie because there's been no news for it. So they're going to have to do something major in that movie to make people go watch it, because it's just not got pull. It's just the Eternals, just a movie about a lot of badass characters. But I don't know, guys, it's just a bit informative, I guess. So if there is no Endgame kind of post-credit scene, I wouldn't really be that upset, because you don't have to have a post-credit scene in every single movie. But according to Marvel, you do. I mean, the post-credit scenes are very good for like channels like mine, so we can talk about and speculate, accumulate the real estate and kind of talk about what's happening. But we don't really need it. So essentially what everyone's saying is that there will be a post-credit scene of some kind of correlation to Avengers Endgame. But come on, bro, that's a bit obvious. And teeing up the Eternals, yeah, I mean, they'll do that. Why? So the Eternals can turn up in Avengers Endgame, but that doesn't really make any sense. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. We do have some other news about the next trailer for Avengers Endgame, but I will reveal that in another video coming shortly after this video. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and enter the competition for the Captain Marvel IMAX ticket giveaway if you do want to, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.